As an Asian American, it's hard because we're sort of like in the middle. We're not necessarily full Chinese or an American. And it's like a different type of culture rising.
Torn between the traditions of one's family culture and the strong ties to one's country of birth. Growing up Asian American is a challenge that gives shape to an individual's personality and career. This is how the story of George Takei begins. The son of an American-born mother and a father who was born in Japan, George was uprooted from his Los Angeles home at a young age. He and his family were forcibly detained for most of his childhood within the barbed wire enclosures of the U.S. internment camps, created for thousands of Americans of Japanese ancestry after the outbreak of World War II. When the war was over, his family returned to Southern California, but it was not easy for Japanese Americans to find their spot back in society. Many people still harbored negative sentiment toward Japanese Americans. George decided that his best defense was to do well in school and work hard toward his own success. Obtaining Bachelor of Arts and Master of Arts degrees from UCLA, George set out in pursuit of his dream to make a name for himself in acting. His motion picture debut came opposite Richard Burton in 1959's Ice Palace. But his name didn't achieve household recognition until he took a recurring role in a groundbreaking science fiction television series in the 1960s.
Fencing tones the muscle, sharpens the eye, improves the posture. You tell him, Joey. Explain to him. Hey, Joey. You feeling all right?
Best known for his portrayal of Mr. Sulu in the acclaimed television and film series Star Trek, George's long acting career has included more than 30 feature films, hundreds of television guest starring roles, and numerous stage plays and musicals. He has also written a science fiction novel, Mirror Friend, Mirror Foe. As he tells in his autobiography, To the Stars, a significant highlight of George's career came when he and other members of the original Star Trek cast signed their names and pressed their handprints into the cement in front of Grauman's Chinese Theater in Hollywood. George is very proud of the role he played in the bold social commentary made by the Star Trek series, especially with respect to cultural diversity.
He went on into a series of Star Treks, being the only Asian American, and I think he built that bridge there. And to help us future generations open our doors and to see that if he can do it, so can all of us. And his activism in working with different organizations, nonprofit organizations, and just really going out there and helping to bring up new ideas and donating to the community.
Inspired by his father to participate in our country's participatory democracy, George has always been an activist on the local, state, and national political stages. His desire to broaden the community's cultural reach has brought George to service on the Board of Governors of East West Players, the nation's foremost Asian Pacific American theater. He is Chairman Emeritus of the Board of Trustees of the Japanese American National Museum and serves on the Advisory Committee of the California Civil Liberties Public Education Program. President Clinton appointed him to the Japan-United States Friendship Commission in 1995, and Japan's Emperor Akihito granted him the prestigious Order of the Rising Sun for his many years of promoting relations between the two nations.
I think I look at him sometimes really as a role model in both his personal life and his career. I think someday when I make my decision what I want to do in life, I think one of the people I'd look back upon would be George Takei. And once you've reached that success, I think it's important to give back to your community and really rely that message on for the future generation.
George Takei's journey from segregation to screen to service is a very personal story with profound lessons for us all. His struggle and his success exemplify the conviction that no matter how hard the road, we must always strive to make our community, our nation, and our world a better place in which to live.